Hi there, it's Jen from scribblinggrace.com. Today I have a quick tutorial for you on adding shadows to your lettering. So if you've been following me for a while and you've seen some of my Bible journaling videos, you know that a lot of the time I will end the video by adding the lettering and then adding a shadow. And so I have not done a tutorial on how exactly I add that shadow, and I've been asked to do that multiple times, so here it is. Alright, so I'm not going to go ahead and show you how I did the lettering in this video because I have tutorials on that. So I have a brush pen calligraphy tutorial, a faux calligraphy tutorial, a 10 easy hand lettering styles tutorial, and those all have free printables as well, and I will put those links as well as the links to all my other lettering tutorials. I think I have about 5 or 6 total. And I'll put all those links anyways in the blog post that goes along with this video at scribblinggrace.com/shadowing-letters. It's all one word, and I'll put that link in the description below. So be sure to check those out if you want to know more on how I created this. So I want to point out that normally when I'm working in my Bible, I work with the same few supplies that I know don't bleed through. So I work with black pens and white pens. So usually I'm doing my shadowing with a white gel pen or even a colored gel pen. Those are my favorite ways to add a shadow, but you can also do it the opposite way where you do your lettering with white and do your shadow with black. And of course you could do this with other colors and things like that. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and use a black shadow on this pink lettering. Normally I would probably do like a gray, but I really want you to be able to see the shadow in this. So I wanted to show you a couple examples as well as what I'm talking about with the shadow. So this is what I mean by the black lettering with the white shadow here. I also have one here that is the white lettering with the black shadow. So that's just something to think about. I also want to point out that there's so many different ways that you can add a shadow to your lettering, and I'm really just going to show you the most basic, easy-peasy way to add a shadow and the way that I do it all the time. I like to keep things as simple as I can and as quick as I can. So let's go ahead and start, and then at the end of this video I'll show you how I'm going to add the shadow into a Bible using the gel pen. Okay, so easy peasy way, the first way that I will usually do any type of shadowing is just by going, I have my upstroke, which is the thin part of my letter, and then my downstroke, which is the thick part, and I will just go on the right side of all my downstrokes and add a shadow, which is really just a line of, with your marker. So I'm using the Tombow tsuki brush pen to add my shadow. I really love these pens, especially for Bible journaling because they don't bleed through. But you could, of course, again, could use any marker pen that you would like. And again, I'm just going on the right side of all of my letters and just applying that marker. Really easy peasy. This definitely is not the most professional way to add a shadow. And if you see professional letterers, they will talk about your light source and things like that. And I really am just going to cut that out and make things easy peasy. Just put your mark on the right side of your downstroke. You also could always switch it to the left side as well if that's something that you want to try out. So now to make it a little bit more fancy, but really still the same exact concept, I'm going to go on the right side of my downstroke and my upstroke. So here we go. I'm going to just keep doing the same thing that I just did, since I'm going down on that right side of my downstroke, and then I'm also going to go on the right side of the upstroke. And since I'm using a brush pen, I'm playing around with the amount of pressure that I'm applying. So when I'm going down, I'm applying more pressure. But that's just a fun little thing. You don't need to focus too much on that unless you want to play around. Easy peasy. So those are the two ways that I most often will add shadowing. And I'm going to also just show you, you don't have to, you can use, you can add a shadow to any hand lettering style. It could just be your normal handwriting, a sans serif like what's down here. It could be a normal script, anything. It doesn't just have to be on calligraphy as well. So for this sans serif here, which again I talked about in that 10 hand lettering styles post, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing as my first one, where on all the downstrokes, which is the thick part of my letter, maybe I'll go on the upstroke as well. So anytime my letter is vertical, I'm going to skip all these horizontal parts and not add any shadow there, but anytime it's horizontal, I'm going to go ahead and add a shadow. Or it's vertical, I'm going to go ahead and add a shadow, sorry. So this is technically an upstroke here, and this is technically the downstroke, though it doesn't really matter. Again, I'm just going on the right side of my letters. All the vertical parts of my letters. And that's easy. So easy. That's it. So that's the way that I add a shadow to my letter. There's lots of other things you can do. You can separate out the shadow, like leave a little gap. You can do all kinds of things. If you're interested in learning more, definitely just Google it. Look on Pinterest. There's so many tutorials out there, but I just wanted to show you my easy peasy way. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm going to put a shadow with my white gel pen in this Bible journaling page. All right, so this is the Bible journaling page that I'm currently working on. It's not quite finished, but it's almost there. And so it's nice and simple. My lettering looks pretty good, though my righteous is a little off center, but that's okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my lettering. We're gonna see just how much it makes this lettering just pop, because I know it's gonna make this lettering really stand out from what it is. This is particularly effective on a background that's a little bit darker with a dark lettering. So you'll see if a lot of times I'm doing a Bible journaling page and the background and there's not enough contrast between the background and the pen that I used, then I like to add a shadow because that makes it pop out and you can also read it easier. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that first easy peasy style where I'm just going to take my pen and go on that right side of my letters. This is the Uniball Signo gel pen, and I'll put that link to all of the pens that I use in the description below and in the blog post that goes along with this video at scribblinggrace.com/shadowing letters. Because I feel like it added a lot, but I still feel like I can't read it as well as I want to, I'm going to go ahead and add that on the right side of all the upstrokes as well. So it's just that, like that second version I was showing, just to make sure that I can really see it and that the lettering really does pop. So now I'm just going on all the right side of all those vertical lines. That's it. And it really does add I think a lot to the page. Really helps the lettering to stand out a lot more than it did. So I'll go ahead and finish this page on the video because I know some of you guys might be curious how I'm going to finish it. I'm just going to add a little prayer at the bottom and that'll be it. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and I explained it well enough. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and be sure to check out those lettering tutorials and the free printables and things that are all associated with those. Again, scribblinggrace.com/shadowing letters, and I'll put that link in the description below. Thanks so much. God bless.